You have heard so much about him, but in a few minutes you're going to hear from him. No one can do it better.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking for.
What's up with that? Talk to me. Say something.
Tell me what's really going on.
I got a little bit right here.
Hey, what's up? How y'all be? Welcome to Stargell's World with me, the Bonafide G, certified true, Atlanta, Georgia born, coming to you straight out of Burlington, North Carolina. Not afraid to yell out what's real, nor speak what I feel. Carlos Stargell, the last. Cause after they made me,
Hey, bro, hello. Yeah.
Want to give birthday shout outs. Everybody whose birthday today, January the 29th. Happy birthday, and may God bless you with many, many more. Want to give shout outs. Everybody all around the world, across the country, every city, the state of Georgia, every city, and mainly the Atlanta area.
Tell me what's really going on.
Well, not too much. I know one thing. It's cold as HE double hockey sticks outside, and right now, in a few minutes, I'm about to tell you the weather. So just hold tight, hold your mute. Here it comes. It's 30 degrees here in Burlington, North Carolina. Feels like 21. They ain't never lied. 10% participation. Winds 10 miles per hour. Humidity 34%, and the air quality is good.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I'm back with another show today. But I want to thank everybody. Not only the ones who support and watch this show, but I want to thank the ones who really watched it yesterday when I had my guest, Junior Giscombe, yesterday. And I thought it was pretty tight. And my wife, believe it or not, my wife and my mom still talking about it today. They really, especially my mom, she really enjoyed it. My wife did too. And I told a cousin of mine about it yesterday, and she was like, you talking about you getting up there, ain't you? I said, I've been up there anyway. It was just it's just all about timing. And I said, I get around them people with messed up cars in the funeral procession. So y'all know, a lot of people who know me, they do know me. If they don't know me, they know me through somebody. Like my mom asked me, how you know a lot of people? I said, rephrase that question. How does everybody know me?
Talk to me. Say something.
Well, she said, yeah, see, you're just like your daddy. You get around. I say, I get around better than him in a messed up car in the funeral procession.
Talk to me. Say something.
Now, I get around. Like I said, even when I was in Atlanta, Georgia, no matter what part of town I went to, somebody knew me. Just like one time I went downtown Atlanta. I think I went to the library, I believe. And somebody had called me, came out of nowhere and called me out. They were like, "Did you work at Kroger?" I said, "Yes, I work at Kroger." Yep, at one time, they remember when I worked at Publix, which I would have stayed there a year, but Kroger got much recognition because even when I went to Savannah, Georgia, same question, "Did you work at Kroger?" Yes, I asked her, "How you know I work at Kroger?" She said, "Lord have mercy, I cannot forget that voice." I said, so my voice played a big part of it. They said, yes. They said, you got one. She told me I got one of them kind of voices that the people will never forget when they hear. Then she had the audacity to ask me, have you ever tried to audition for the Temptations? You know what I told her? I told her they didn't let me in because I didn't meet the required drinking age.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, compared to them, I was a baby compared to them. Them the real OGs, you know what I'm saying? I mean, them some real OGs. They've been around. They was before Motown was even thought of. They was around. Think about it. If you saw the movie, which was one part of it I'm about to tell you was true, when they were singing at that community center with that song by Johnny Matthews wrote for him. You know you make me wanna love you in the morning, in the evening, in the nighttime. Yeah, that was, you know, I ain't gonna lie to you, that was a cool ass song. I mean, that was cool. I mean, I gotta give them their props on that, but shoot, when they got with Motown, even though they say they first few hits, the first few years, they weren't hitting on that shit. They just didn't get promoted right. Cause there's one song they had that I really did like. I wanna love I can see. Now I liked it there now. Now that was that's, you know what though, even though they didn't think it was worth the sugar honey iced tea back then, guess what? It sounds pretty good today. Because I can play that and people hear me, they be like, where you find that song at? That's all you gotta do is download it, go. All you gotta do is look it up and download it if you want it. I said, they said, you like that one cat? You like the Temptations? I said, yes, I like the Temptations. That's the greatest group in the world. And it is, and then I'm gonna say this too. But one thing I'm getting sick and tired of it too. And I'm gonna tell a lot of y'all this who know me, especially in Atlanta, Georgia.
Talk to me, say something.
Y'all gonna get enough of saying I sound like Melvin Franklin from the Temptations. I sound better. I'm still here. He gone to glory. So is Barry White, Michael Clark Duncan, James Earl Jones, Isaac Hayes, everybody with the deep voices. They gone. They went on to glory. I don't sound like neither one of them. I sound like Carlos. And if I did sound like him, I sound better.
Talk to me, say something.
Especially that joker right there, that joker's voice right there, Barry White. Now that's the one, that's the main one that people say I sound like. And I'm gonna tell you just like I tell them, I sound better.
Yeah. Yeah.
But enough about that, and I remember when my voice first changed, even when I was in high school, the first thing teachers used to ask me, and it used to get on my nerves to the fullest, do you sing? I was like, nope. They were like, why? I was like, I ain't no, you know, when I was in high school, I was like, I ain't no singer. To be honest with you, even though I did sing in the choir when I was young, I didn't want to tell nobody I could, and I still don't like to tell nobody I could sing. Why? Because I do not like to be put on the spot. Especially church members, oh, they quick to put you on the spot, especially if they know you can sing. I can't. I'm like, shh, take it out now. I used to want to say so bad in church when they used to call me out, especially in my younger days. They say, like, I'm like, shit. I used to be on there like, shut the damn mouth. But you know, I couldn't say that in church, so I went on and did it anyway. But after church, you know, I gave a mouthful. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But when I got older, I appreciated it a little bit more. Because when I rededicated, it wasn't no shame. And I wasn't as shamefaced as I was because I was used to singing in church. So when I rededicated in 2002, I wasn't even in the choir. 3 minutes, already had a song for me. You didn't even give me time to prepare. But thank God for choir rehearsal. It didn't take long. So when I sung it that next day, Sunday, the pastor we had at the time, God bless him, he gone to glory too. He told me, he said, when he was preaching his sermon, he was like, I ain't know he had a voice on him. Like I said it under my breath, wake up him. And so I was like, man, he was like, I guess he heard me like, what you talking about, man? You got a good voice. But I remember on New Year's Eve, he told me, stick with the choir. You know you can sing. I was like, shh, don't tell everybody. He said, what you talking about, man? They already know. I was like, okay. And so I remember we had to go to another church and sing. And it was during the week. And you know, it was only 3 of us in the choir, but we still turned it out. But I remember one time this lady who stayed next to the church had passed on suddenly. And 2 of her kids came up to our church and asked the pastor, they needed like a representative from our church. You know, at the funeral, they want somebody to sing. So the pastor was like, I don't know. I said, only 3 people in this church I know they can blow. So he named 2 of his granddaughters, the first 2. Then he called him. He called me out. I said, and Brother Carlos, and he looked at me. I said, man, if you want me to sing, all you have to do is ask. He was like, I knew you would do it. But after the service, I told him, I don't even know what song to sing. And then I told him I thought about the troubles of the world. He said, that's what I want you to sing. And so when I got ready to sing it at the latest funeral, and thank God for Reverend Raleigh Rucker too as well, God rest his soul. He the one that helped me with the 2nd and 3rd verses to that song. And look, and that was a blessing. I was forever grateful for him helping me out with the verses. I mean, I knew the song, but I just needed help with the verses. So he gave me the verses I sung at the funeral, and I did. And before he passed, at least I got a chance to thank the brother. And speaking of Riley Rucker, a lot of people didn't know he knew my family real well. And he told me, I remember when you was a little boy, when you had them curls in your hair. I said, guess what? He said, well, I don't have no hair, my brother. And you know, we started laughing, but like I said, I'm gonna tell you this before I shut it down. I'm gonna tell you just like I tell people, like I tell a lot of people. Don't be surprised who I know and who know me, especially in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
Now I'm about to shut it down, y'all. But I do want to thank everybody who took the time to tune in and watch Stargell World with me, your host, the Bonafide G, certified true, Atlanta, Georgia born, coming straight out of Burlington, North Carolina, even though there's Greensboro in the background. Not afraid to yell out what's real nor speak what I feel. Carlos Stargell, the likeness. Cause when they made me, they brought the world.
Yeah.
Those who haven't subscribed, please be so kind. If you find it in your heart and in the depths of your soul, hit the like and subscription bell. I really would appreciate that. Live chat is always open, available, and guests are welcome. And if you guys assume you welcome to join in as well, or even when I'm live streaming, you can just join in. It's okay. I mean, as long as you guys said to God, the God gave you, so all good. Or you can just comment on the live chat. That'll be acceptable. I respect it, and everybody be satisfied. FYI, I will be back. Stargell World will be live streaming at 6:30 or either 7 o'clock tonight. Just wanted to let y'all know. And same time, same channel tomorrow, Friday. Naturally High Less Sober. Saturdays at 1 o'clock. And Sundays at 7. NYC, ATL Carolina Connection. Every Sunday at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Standard Time. So until 6:30, y'all, 7 o'clock.
See ya.
And I ain't trying to beat ya.
No one can do it better.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm looking for.